Somebody sold you a bill of goods. At some point in your life, somebody told you the story and the narrative that your life had to go this way. Go to school, get the job, retire from the job, be grateful for the job and whatever they give you. Work to get the promotion, and that's all you can have. Work to try to retire, and once you retire, be so happy that you had this really long-standing career that you get some sort of gold watch. I don't think they do that anymore, but that used to be the narrative. Somebody sold you a bill of goods at some point in your life that was the path for you to feel successful and to live well in this world. What if I told you that that was a lie? What if I told you that the path that you are on right now in your professional career, in the way that you've built your life, was built on a flawed premise? It's built on some sort of cultural standard that somebody at some point in life decided was going to be it. And that is what we're supposed to follow as our way to our best life. But what if I told you that the way to your best life is as unique as your fingerprint? And if you don't know this, no two fingerprints on this planet are the same, not even your own 10. So if your fingerprints are that distinct, if your identity is that distinct inside of your DNA, what makes you think that somebody else can tell you how your life is best lived? So the end at the beginning, they can't. A lot of this is based on what era you were born in, what family you were born into, what social things became like your normative thing. Why? Because the people that care about you when you're being raised are the ones that kind of start to create this bill of goods that you are then sold throughout the course of your life. So what's the problem here? The problem here is now your life is based on this bill of goods that you've been sold. So if you are feeling completely unsettled in your life and in your skin, it's not in your imagination. It's real. You are unsettled in your own skin because the version of life that you are living is based on a flawed premise, based on this bill of goods that you were sold at some point in your life and in your history. That would all sound terrible, as though there's no way for you to get out of it. You just have to accept what you've been sold and move on from there. But I'm here to tell you that the conversation of Uncultured is the counter-cultural conversation that goes against the status quo, because somebody has to come uproot this nonsense that has too many people in the world living out of sorts in their own lives. At the point where the data is telling us that 90% of people give up on their dreams, that only 23% of people are actually satisfied at the job that they are in. Like at the point where we are here, where the vast majority of humankind is completely unsettled in the lives that they are living in, and the lives that you are living in, that is telling us that everything that we've built is on a flawed premise. So we have to have this conversation about what are you willing to do to change the way that your life is built. It's enough to say that the reason why Uncultured exists, it is to come challenge the status quo conversation around what it means for you to live a good life. Your definition of your good life is your definition to define. Only you can define it. Now, my hope is that you will base that definition on a divine premise, on a divine calling, on the thing that you feel deeply called by God to do in this world. Because once you align your life to that, there's nowhere for you to go but up. That is the best version of your life. Now, what does that require for you to make these kind of changes to challenge this status quo? It requires courage, sure. It requires a little bit of patience with yourself, and it requires that you give yourself a lot of grace.